Yeah, look, today I'm just going to be speaking a bit about lunar manifestation because it's a really big topic. There's a lot to cover, and I'll be going into it in a lot more detail tomorrow in my live workshop for those that are joining me for the 13 moons practice, which starts this coming new moon on Sunday, Monday, depending on your time zone. So I'm just going to turn off my fan app because it's making a noise. There we go. Better. So we all know that energy follows intention. But if we really want to maximize the level of success that we have with conscious creating, we need to be aware of the art of timing. You know, like the saying, for every season, there is a reason. And this is something in our modern culture that we've become disconnected from. You know, we've become disconnected from nature, from universal law, the laws that govern us, which now quantum physics is quantifying. But yeah, we're needing to reconnect and understand how much the natural cycles influence us and learn how to harness the ebb and flow of those energies. You know, the word disaster literally means to go against the stars, disaster. So if we don't want to create disaster in our lives, if we want to create a life that's more graceful, okay, that's attracting to us what we want rather than repelling it, then we need to learn how to align with the lunar cycle to consciously create our intentions into reality. So, you know, like a lot of people, I really loved The Secret when it came out, which introduced the collective consciousness to the law of attraction and understanding how it works. But there is a lot more to learn if we want to refine the art of manifestation. Just this week, I did a workshop in how important Feng Shui is in impacting our manifestation. And I was already aware, you know, I read years ago Karen Kingston's book, Clear Your Clutter, which is a great book. And, you know, it's very hard to bring in clear intentions if there is a lot of stagnant energy around us. And I was aware of this because those of you who follow me know, you know, that I'm an advocate of the ancient women's practice of the red tent, also known the Moon Lodge as the Moon Lodge. And in this practice, one of the things that we do is we process stagnant emotional energy by acknowledging it, by releasing it with support. And again, this really helps us to consciously manifest because the womb is a creative power center. So whilst both men and women can manifest, women have this added edge that the indigenous cultures really revered and acknowledged the power to create within our wombs. And learning how to harness this is so needed right now on our planet. So, you know, you can imagine when we gather, like Yeshua said, when 3 or more are gathered in my name, when we gather with sacred intention, when we gather to pool our collective energy to serve highest will and the greater good, we magnify our intentions. And of course, for women, when we do that during our moon time, when we're bleeding, when our psychic energy is very expanded, this is even more powerful. And when you consider that we have women gathering all over the globe at the same time each month who are aware of the art of, you know, divine timing with the lunations of the moon, then that creates a galactic tidal wave of light intention, focusing on global healing, which is one of the things that I teach in my Red Tent training course, and also, lead women through in both my Red Tent and 13 Moons courses. So the understanding of how to utilize the power within our womb is something I will be covering in the workshop that I'm running tomorrow. This workshop is basically, it's an online workshop, and it's for women of all ages. Sorry, guys, because this is to do with the power of our wombs, and because women are governed by the lunar cycle, this is what's called women's mysteries or secret women's business. So, in traditional cultures, this would be information that young women were taught when they started cycling with the moon. But due to the empires outlawing all traditional sacred women's business, those teachings and practices were interrupted, even though they were once practiced by women in every culture. So all of our ancestors, the women on our patrilineal and matrilineal lines, practiced these beautiful traditions when, they did live in alignment with the natural cycles and created sustainability as a result on all levels: social sustainability, environmental sustainability. So just briefly, what I'll be covering in this workshop tomorrow, and it's at 11 a.m. Melbourne time in Australia, and I can post a link for you to see what time that is in your neck of the woods, along with a link for those of you that are interested in attending. As I said, it kickstarts off the journey of the 13 moons, which is a practice to grow your wisdom, and a practice of healing and wholeness and empowerment for women, attuning to their lunar cycle with a very simple practice. It only takes, about 90 minutes once a month. And also included in that invitation is the opportunity to sit with me in an online circle, a cyber red tent, to do a number of things, but one of which is lunar manifestation, including global healing manifestation. So what we'll be covering in the workshop tomorrow is knowing when and how to manifest, because these are the key ingredients if you want to enjoy optimal results. A lot of people create vision boards or do affirmations, but if it's not done at the optimal power window, then you're really not harnessing the greater energies. And there are 3 lunar power windows, which I'll cover tomorrow. Equally, there's 3 lunar windows when you don't want to manifest, okay? So knowing those is also key. So you'll also learn how, when we align with the lunar cycle, you get an understanding of which time of the year. There's a power window once a year for the themes of what it is you want to manifest. So in other words, if you want to manifest a wonderful, loving, intimate relationship, there is a power window for manifesting that. Or if you want to manifest, a beautiful new home, there is a power window for manifesting that. So understanding, again, how we can work collaboratively with the lunar cycle rather than be disconnected. And I'll cover some do's and don'ts, okay, how to do this with integrity, because, it's absolutely imperative that we do no harm when we are wielding energy. That's what magic is. It is simply the conscious use or direction of energy. Now, we've been taught to fear magic, so that those that wanted to run the show could get away with doing occult practices that we wouldn't recognize if we were ignorant. And so everything is made up of energy. I've said this many times. All of matter is made up of vibrating particles of energy. So if we don't understand how to consciously use energy and work with energy, then it can be used against us, or we can unconsciously use it in harmful ways. So, this is why women who have expanded psychic power every month when they bleed, and the women who no longer bleed, you have that all the time because you've distilled that power within you. And if you no longer have a womb, don't despair. It is there energetically. Okay, just like in Kirlian photography, the auric photography, when someone has had a limb removed, it is still there energetically. So you can still work with the power of the womb. So, if you're thinking, oh, what's a red tent practice to me if I've had a hysterectomy or no longer bleed? No, it's still absolutely appropriate. But you'll also learn how to charge your intentions and the difference between a wish and an intention, okay? And how to enlist the help of your subconscious so it doesn't sabotage your intentions. Because when we set an intention, immediately that evokes all of our reasons why that, we don't think we could have that or we could manifest that. So it's really important that we acknowledge what's sitting in the subconscious, in Pandora's box, okay, those limiting negative beliefs, and learn how to harness those as an extra sort of turbo boost to manifest our intentions. So yeah, look, if you're interested in joining me for the workshop tomorrow, I will put the link for the 13 Moons course, and would love to have you with us. So any questions, I will go and have a look in the comments now and respond to you. Ciao for now.